Ah-choo, ah-choo! Karen sneezed as she settled down in her seat. She felt lousy, but she hadn't wanted to stay home. She was too mad. Mom had caught her copying a book report that her brother had written last year, and she had put up a big fuss. She insisted that Karen read the book herself and do her own report. Besides that, she was grounded for a whole week. Copying is cheating and stealing, Mom said. Karen knew she should be sorry, but she wasn't. As the hours passed, Karen continued to sneeze and sniff. Her nose was so stuffy. As she sniffed, she noticed that several of her neighbors gave her scowling looks. Her throat was sore too, and she caught a lot. Finally, recess came. "Let's go jump rope," she suggested to Susie, but Susie shook her head and hurried away. "Karen," said Miss Wilson, "don't you think you ought to go home? Your cold sounds terrible." Reluctantly, Karen agreed, so Miss Wilson arranged for Mother to pick her up. Later, when Karen was settled at home, she let out a long sigh. "It's sure good to be here," she said. "Everybody avoided me at school." Mom smiled. "You can't blame them," she said. "Nobody wanted to catch your cold, so they stayed away. Your cold separated you from your friends. It reminds me of sin." Karen looked at her mother in surprise. "You see," Mom went on, "sin separates us from fellowship with God." Karen knew it was true. Ever since she had gotten mad at Mom, she had felt far away from God. No, it was before that. It was ever since she decided to copy that she felt guilty and alone. "I know what you mean," she told Mom. "I need to confess some things to God, and I'm sorry I got mad at you, too." On the second day, Karen was home due to her cold, but she was feeling better. Towards noon, the phone rang, and Mom answered it. "For you," she called to Karen. "Hello," said Karen, wondering who would be calling her during school hours. There was a moment of silence, and then, "Ah-choo!" she heard. She was puzzled until she heard Susie's voice. "You too?" laughed Karen. "I'm sorry. I'm afraid you caught that cold from me. How are you feeling?" "Not so great," answered Susie, "but I'll live. I should be mad at you, though. This cold isn't all I caught from you." Karen listened in surprise as Susie explained that she, too, had tried Karen's idea of copying her older brother's book report, and she, too, had been caught at it and punished for her dishonesty. "Next time you have a dumb idea, keep it to yourself, please," she said. "Oh, no," groaned Karen. "I'm sorry I got you in trouble." She apologized to Susie and shared what she had learned from her experience. "And now I've learned something else," she concluded. "Sin is like my cold in another way. It's contagious." As Karen hung up the phone, her mother smiled at her. "I think you've learned a couple of valuable lessons," she said. "Every time you get a cold, let it remind you of the seriousness of sin.